What's up? It's Zen here. Thanks for checking out this interview with Enkush of the legendary Mongolian throat singing rock band The Who. I was super excited to do this interview. Just as a heads up, I'm putting out the full version on my Patreon because I had to edit it up because Enkush was speaking in Mongolian. He had an interpreter. They got along really, really well. It was really cool to see their interaction as they talked about the questions I was asking. But for the audio format, for the podcast, and for the original YouTube, I just wanted to edit it up so it was more cohesive. But if you want to check out the full unedited interview, I'm going to put it up on my Patreon. That's patreon.com/Breaking North. Patreon.com/Breaking North. Make sure to share this interview with any of your metalheads. Make sure to leave a review, give it a like, all the good stuff. Thanks so much for listening. Here is The Who. Welcome, Enkush. Let's get this going. So this is Breaking North. I want to thank you guys, the legends, The Who, to take the time to chat today. And well, we just said this is Enkush, and let's just get right into it. Where are you currently?
So our US tour is about to start soon. So at the moment we're in Portland, Oregon.
Oh, cool. How's Portland been for everybody?
Well, it's been nice so far. It's not that cold, it's not that hot. It's just everything's just nice. We like the atmosphere.
So is everybody in the band from Ulaanbaatar?
Well, not everyone. So Jaya and we're from countryside in Mongolia. We grew up and raised in the countryside, but we did our school and everything in Ulaanbaatar. But rest of the guys are mainly from Ulaanbaatar.
Okay, and what school was it?
So for me, I studied in a conservatory. It's like a musical university, but for the rest of the guys, they were mostly about the conservatory school.
Okay, that's awesome. So I guess it must be a pretty good music scene out there. What's something that someone from the U.S. can kind of expect when they go to Ulaanbaatar that's way different than the U.S.?
All right. So there's a lot to see in Mongolia. I mean, especially like in Ulaanbaatar. So in general, like uh we basically in Ulaanbaatar we basically have like everything that's out here. It's about like the technology wise or like everything is about same. But the thing is happening right now is like we're getting like a lot of traffic at the moment, but I think it happens in like every country. And right now like there's a Chinggis Khan museum is building right now. So if you're going to Ulaanbaatar, I would definitely recommend you to see it first. But after that, I would mostly recommend that person to see our beautiful, like this nature, the West Mongolian countryside.
Yeah, so I guess which cities are closest that you would recommend as kind of like the countryside to see that would be close to Ulaanbaatar?
So if you're trying to see something close to Ulaanbaatar, I would definitely recommend Dun Gobi. Uh, they have like a lot of beautiful place out there. There's like a big stone and small stone. If you like directly translate it to it,
Hmm.
that's the name of the place. And also, there's a place called like a White Temple kind of place. Well, in Mongolian, it's a Tarang Sobrak. And if you go to the west side, there's a lot of like wild nature out there, and especially there's a rare kind of like an extinct species called like Mongolian zebra kind of.
Oh,
It's an extinct animal, so you should if you're going out there, you should definitely go out there and check it.
we'll get into the band now. So, where did you get the idea of making a rock band that incorporates throat singing? I think it had something to do with your producer bringing the guys out to see some traditional throat singing. Is that correct? And how did that go?
All right, so at the beginning, like like this all of our members were like doing our separate ways. But everything started with our producer Dashka. He started like all this idea and made it happen. So like what happened was back in like about like a decade ago, our producer Dashka, he went to his father's birthplace, which is Chandaman Som. And like since it's his father's birthplace, he had this idea of like making something new for his dad. And then he like founded this idea of like connecting like old with new, like Western with our Mongolian traditional music. So like that's how the idea came out, and that's how like this Hunnu Rock came out with. And after that, he gathered this group of lot of like different talents, and from those people like our members came up from it, and there's like eight of us, and like ever since then, like we've been like connecting with our heart and soul, being like one whole band. So like we all grateful our producer Dashka. Producer Dashka is like our like father figure kind of person. So like we really appreciate him. And also like just from like saying he's like a father figure, that's how close we are. And he's also like our coach because he knows this way of like like opening our this hidden talents, like how to like be a better person and like how to be a better artist. From that perspective, he's just like really great person. And I want to use this chance to say to our producer Dashket that I love you so much and I'm really grateful for you, and thank you.
I just got like goosebumps. That was
Starting.
beautiful. Um, okay, wow. So going on to the throat singing, and so it's a very traditional form. Um, I just kind of wanted to give some people of your fans or your audience, like, what would be kind of the starting place if anybody wanted to just try out throat singing? Is this
Mhm.
something that you do with your breath? Something, well, obviously with your throat. Where would be like a good starting place of just messing around, trying it out at home?
Yeah. All right. So from like listening from this professional throat singers, they usually say like you gotta imagine first. You gotta see how people doing it, and you gotta imagine this tone in your head. And after that, like you gotta try it. And that's about like the 50% of like how you do it. And also like, of course you gotta have like a professional throat singing teacher. You know, after all, so like just like how everybody sings, it depends on like like how one can do it bad or good is just depending on like how much you try on it. So like I would say it's possible for everyone to learn it.
So was throat singing passed down from, I guess, like generationally, or was this something that people in the band were seeking out as they were going to music school and conservatory?
So personally I think like it passes down from generations to generations, and this throat singing and horse fiddle is just like a it's our traditional instruments. So like couple people нэг усаас дэмжсэн
Юу
хизээ
баггүй.
юм бэ?
Ерөнхий яг хөө зүгээр одоо ингээл за яг хөө нэг 98 он юм болоо. Тэр үеэс эхлээл ерөнхий хүмүүсийг нэг тэр нэг сонирхуулж гоё массыг хавуулж чадсан л баггүй. Бүгдийг дэмжээл одоо энэ төр дээр анхаар чинь Монгол үг соёлоо түгээн дэлгэрүүлэх нь зөв гээд. Тэгээд тэр чи хэдэн онд л нэг ерөнхий хэлтгчийн нэг нэрмжт нэг тийм бүх айлыг хууртаа болгоно гэсэн нэг тийм нэг аян явж ирсэн. Тэгэл тэрнээс хойш бол тэгэл морин хуурнаас тэгээ за баг 98-аас чи хоохон байж магадгүй. Би оны нарийн мэдэхгүй тэр хавцаа л байгаа.
So he's not sure about the time or the year, the exact date. So it's about like since 1998, maybe after that, there was this like from our government. they try to like support and like advertise our traditional instruments such as like through singing and also like horsehair fiddle, those kind of stuff. So like thanks to that, I think it started to like spread more throughout the years. And also like even on these days, like if you want to learn about this throat singing and horsehair fiddle or just any kind of like traditional instruments, there's schools or like like classes that you can take.
I was like super curious about this because you all play traditional instruments and you combine that with like a harder rock metal sound. Who designs your instruments? Like your Morin? Like who? Because they look very, I guess, more modern and they're beautiful. So where do you get those, or who makes them?
Okay, it has like a lot of history to it. So first of all, like you mentioned before, our producer Dashka came out with this Hunnu Rock genre. And when we were like talking about this horsehair fiddle, producer Dashka came up with the idea, but our member Gala and I, we talked with our producer that usually about like our like horsehead fiddle, and we said that a regular horsehead fiddle faces forward, but we had this idea of like why not it just face sideways, not forward. So it's basically kind of like a new idea. And for horsehair fiddle, it's that. But there's also like our team member, like a crew member. His name is Hishik. So he also had this like image. He helped us to produce this image of ours. So basically like it's just work of a lot of people. So
Тэгээ бас нэг инээдтэй юм ярихэд би оюутан байхдаа өөртөө зориулж хийсэн хуур маань одоо Хүннү гүрний үеийн хүрл утганы шишээр би толгойг нь хийлгэжсэн байхгүй. Тэгээд оюутан байхад одоо тэр оркестр суугаад бөөнөрөө суудаг тэр гिचэлд морин хураа шинэ морин хураа бариад оронгууд багш нар болон хүүхдүүд намайг эвэртэй тул харсан мэт бас инээж минэж дооглож ирсэн. Одоо тэр үеийг бодвол одоо гой хөгжим хийгээд энийг ингээд хүлээн зөвшөөрүүлээд явахаас таатай байна.
so he also wanted to add this funny time it happened like that happened to him before. So when he was a student, he made himself a custom horsehair fiddle and
Хүннү гүрний үеийн олдвор хүрл утганы шишээр тийм сонин дизайнтай тийм юу гэдэг байхгүй.
yeah, he had this custom designed horsehair fiddle, and it's kind of weird at the time for a lot of people because like it was made out of like Hunnu, like back in the days we had a Hunnu, right? So like there was this bronze knife from a Hunnu that I used on my custom horsehair fiddle, and during the school time, like I brought it to my class and tried to play on it, but a lot of people just looked at me and laughed, like they tried to bully me at that time. But looking back at that time from this point is just it's just like a fun memory kind of thing, because like even though like the instruments that we play right now is different, we're just getting a lot of name compared to back in the days, because like people been laughing before, now like they're cheering right now, so it's just fun.
Yeah, now look. Yeah.
Yeah.
um I guess there should be like a Who signature just line of traditional Mongolian instruments. That would be really cool to see. Um wow. So I went on the Reddit forum and there's a Who subreddit, which is awesome. And there's active members and they post interviews and they post, videos. So I thought I asked, I said, what would you guys like to know? I'm going to be interviewing. And so here's some stuff. There's Little Crimson Wyvern asked, what was it like getting asked by Metallica to work on a song, uh, Blacklist, right after covering Sad But True? How was it getting to work with Metallica, basically, or getting asked by them?
You mean like the relationship with Metallica?
Yeah.
So so first of all, the offer came from our label. That's how it started. And after like hearing that offer, we were just so excited about it. We were just so happy because like, we used to listen to Metallica since like a young age. We grew up with them, so it was just special for us. And at first we played he said Sabat
Yeah.
First we played Sabat True, and it was so amazing from an artist point because like playing those guitar solos on a horsehair fiddle it was just amazing experience. And after that we got this offer for the Blacklist album, and we did the Through the Never song on it, and we are just also like thrilled about it. And there was this time like when we did a thing on this festival, we got a chance to share a stage with Metallica. So that was also amazing because like we had this time on the stage and we played, and after maybe like two or three bands, Metallica played on the same exact stage. They did the headliner, I think. So like sharing the stage, looking our like childhood favorite member like band from that close was just amazing. So like hopefully one day I'm sure we will collaborate with Metallica. So like we're just looking for it.
Yeah. Yes. I would love to see that. More of it. And then they also asked, are there any artists from Mongolia that the band would like to shout out? Maybe anybody up and coming or somebody that people should just know about?
Одоо фэнүүд ч бас асуусан гинэ. Эхлээд бол тэгж байна. Юу үнхээр гайхалтай сонсогч чинь нэрээ та нар хамтрах юм бол бас гоё юм болох бах та. Зөндөл гоё юм болох гэж. Тэгээд хоёр тэр асуулт нь болохоор фэнүүдээс ч бас дахиад асуусан гинэ. Одоо та нарын хувьд Монголоос одоо дахиж та нарын ардаас гарч ирж байгаа ч юм уу? Өөр нэг тим хамтлаг гарч ирж байгаа шүү. Тэднэрт ингээд зориулаад хэлэхэд амжилт хэлэхээр тим хамтлаг байгаа юу гинэ. He said the next band that might come up after them is probably their kids. Yeah, it's like he said, we're gonna work hard and come up with more of new stuff, more of new songs and everything. We're gonna keep working hard until they reach the age. And I also like personally think that if there is a band who's trying to come after us, like the next band kind of thing, I feel like it's better if they come up after get this we reach at this certain point, and like more stable kind of. So that should be good. And
What do you mean by more stable? Just
I mean like so it's not like a stable kind of thing. He's just saying that after we reach this certain height kind of thing, so that way it will be like more easier for the others to come up after us, kind of.
Yeah, like established.
Like established, yeah.
Тэгээд энэ Metallica-г яг даган дүүрээсэн гарууд амжилт олохгүй өөрсдийнхоороо явсан гарууд амжилт олдог байхгүй.
And also he's saying that like if you're trying to make a band and then come up, you have to be yourself, like you have to get your own idea instead of like like imitating or like copying what others doing, because like he just said that you know a band who's imitating Metallica doesn't reach anywhere, but if you're coming up with the band with your own image, own ideas, you get a success. So like like imitating or copying, those are kind of bad.
That totally makes sense. So another Redditor said, who goes by Throwaway Sus123, which is a funny name, asked, "Do you have any pre-concert rituals?" They mentioned how you guys go out on stage and you seem like you're on a mission and like full warrior mode. So is there any like pre-concert rituals that get you guys in the mindset to just go kill it at another show?
Well, before the show, we have this group session that we like. It's kind of like a chant kind of thing. It just exists in the band, and by using that, we try to like ask from it. So yeah, like we praise our ancestors, and we also like asked them like, give us like this light and this power to like, make the show great kind of thing from our ancestors.
How do you guys write your songs? Does it one person brings an idea, or do you write all together, or is it a mix of both of those things?
So the song is basically like like a work of all kind of thing, because like like at first like our producer Dashka just has this idea of like making it, and he collects the samples from us, like like he asks us like how do you want to play on it, like how does it sound, like do you want to play like that, or like how do you want to play in like in each member, and after that like just it's like how our songs forms kind of thing. So it's I would say it's a teamwork.
Yeah,
And
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 working
on the
closely with the
uh,
producer, with Dashka, that's really that seems almost like unfamiliar, but it seems like it's just a real coach, like a life coach.
yeah. And on the previous question,
Hmm.
instead of like it's like a band chant, it's more of like a band motto kind of thing. Yeah.
Like just a model, kind of just like reciting together, or just
Yeah, just
just
like standing
Good.
together. All right. I just told him about like how you said how like producer Dashka is like a life coach kind of thing to them. So he just said that as a person, that person has to like respect their elders, and also like they gotta respect their parents, and they also have to know like where they came up from, like how they've been before, like how they're going right now. So like he gotta understand the situation. So like from that point, like he said before, they they see their producer Dashka as like a father like figure. So like from that point, they all respect producer Dashka a lot and also appreciate him a lot. And one more thing, he said that like the band has like an 8 members, so like they all have their own ideas in them, so they shared their personal ideas with the producer Dashka, and like after hearing that, producer Dashka mixes it with his own, and it's just like a perfect harmony. Every music or every song that we make is just like it's a perfect harmony with our producer Dashka. So like from that said, our next songs or like albums should be great.
Yeah, speaking of which, is there an album in the works? I mean, I imagine you guys are writing. Um, what is next in as far as that? Or are you just planning on touring for a while now?
All right, so there's our second album coming out soon on September 2nd. And this album is full of like different topics, like we try to like show from like everything from different aspect, and we hope you guys enjoy it after it came out. So like, it's just gonna be lovely and it's awesome. So yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, I can't wait. That's and you'll be on tour with Megadeth and Five Finger Death Punch at that time as well. Awesome.
Yeah, that's correct.
Where do you start playing? I know the band blew up in virality from like YouTube, and like the videos kind of going, getting seen by what like a half a million people quickly, or that many views. Where was the first places that you guys played shows? Was it because like as far as my friends, it's just like bars, small bars, and you play for like three people at a time, and that I've played a million of those shows. And so where do you guys start playing?
Okay. First of all, he just want to mention this thing real quick. So the first song they came out was You and Wolf Totem.
Hmm.
So like yesterday, Wolf Totem reached 100 million views.
Yeah.
And it's been like that's like 4 years ago, but like looking from at this point, it just feels like yesterday. So like we reached this far, and we're just so happy about it. And after that, we did a group meeting, like a band meeting, and we just talked about it, like how we reached 100 million, and like, how happy we are, like our future goals and stuff. And so our journey started with a tour in Germany. It was like really big festivals, and at that time, when we looked to the audience, there was basically no one because like we did our time was like really early, kind of, and at that time, our manager told us that we gotta play like no matter what, even if it's like a couple people. And after we came up to the stage, that was basically like our first show, and we were kind of new, but people just gathered around like real fast, just like how river is flowing to the kind of thing.
Wow.
And there was just a lot of people, and they were like supporting us a lot. And looking from that, we got our we you know we managed to deal with our the stage for like fear kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like everything just started from there, and I mean, we're still keeping it up right now. So
Yeah, you just had to jump right into it, right into festivals. That's a lot. Um, how was it getting famous so quickly? Like, how did that feel? How has it affected your life? Positive, negative?
all right, so our band members, even like before the band, we all had our separate lives. And we like most of us used to play like this traditional instruments, and we also did like shows in overseas or in our country, small stuff. But like after the band formed, like the fame, like you said, the fame came to us, and even though it came, we're still same as how we used to be, because like that's how a person has to be, like you got to do the right thing, you got to go through the right way. So like we try to be humble about it, and just keep everything tight.
Yeah. So, am I right when I say like the band really like tries to, they're about humanity, trying to be good to people, about nature, trying to and respecting your elders. Does that sound about right? Is that kind of the what you're trying to get off to your audience?
All right, so and he also said the things he used to do before the band kind of made them prepare for this the Who kind of stuff.
Mm,
Yeah,
that makes sense.
that's how he feels about it. Hindi sochenge together.
So would you say that the Who, like what the members of the band are trying to put off to the world and like give to the world is just kind of a sense of like respecting your elders, nature, trying to be good human. That seems like the core values of the band, just in a metal sense. Does that sound about right? Is that what they are trying to put off as their artistry?
So yeah, that's one of our main goal to to spread to the audience. And our he thinks that like when a person comes to this world, he has this rule of doing certain things, but you you must not like like go a different path kind of thing. You gotta follow what you have to do. So like for example, like we're not the only ones who's existing on this world. So you gotta love your environment. You gotta find the virtue of a man. And there's this famous saying in our country about a woman. It's that this guy said he said a woman is uh like a hold on, sorry.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah, a woman is a universe. He said a woman is a universe, and when you look at a pregnant woman, it looks like she swallowed a world. So like a woman is a producer of a mankind kind of thing. So like if you like listening from like a Mongolian language, it sounds really awesome. But like when you translate it, it's just kind of weird. But it's
Nah,
just an
it's still
awesome thing
beautiful.
of this guy. And also like we try to spread that you gotta respect your elders, you gotta respect your parents, especially your mom, because like it's just a mom is a person who like gives a life of like give birth to us. So it's just amazing.
Тэр хазаараад амаа таттай тий.
Okay, I have like one last question, then we'll talk about just a few the last things to wrap up. I like to ask every sort of artist and musician and chef I have on, every sort of person, what is your idea of success in your guys' lives? What would make you just like fulfilled and happy? What are you trying for? What are you already happy about? What is your idea of success?
So it doesn't matter if it's like a rock genre or hip hop or pop music. Like everything goes to this topic art. And he feels like this art might like if you look it from like my side, like it might be able to like substitute religion. Because like when people are like looking down or like going through difficult times, when they hear this good music, they get this energy and motivation from it, right? So by using it, like if you're like talking about bad things, like like going through like wrong direction, it might affect a lot of people. But if you do it from the right point, like helping people, help them to like pass through like this hard, difficult times with this art, I think that's a success.
So just kind of like helping people out, helping yourself, and kind of following. I guess
I mean,
it's
like
maybe.
if the message is right
Mhm.
and if it's like reaching a lot of people, and like I think that's what success is for him, kind of.
Gotcha. All right. I, well said as well. So just for the audience, you're playing my town, the Catalyst, on next Monday, so the 22nd of August, and you're headlining that show. Then you guys are about to start a U.S. tour with Megadeth and Five Finger Death Punch that people should get tickets for right now. And you also have an album coming out really soon, start of September. Is there any last comments that you have for your fans? Anything you want to say before we wrap this up?
All right. First of all, like he want to thank his loyal fan base. Like they've been like supporting us from like all these years. We're just so thankful for that. And he said, just like how sun shines to all of us, we want to spread our music to like everyone around the world. And like with like we also like wish you guys to keep supporting us with like share your love and energy to us. And we also like like for many many more years with our fans, like we just want to like spread this joy and message and energy with this through our music.
That's
And
great.
yeah,
Um, well, this has been Breaking North podcast with the Who. Yukish, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for interpreting. Thank you for just doing this. This has been really inspiring. I loved it. And rock on, rock on, and Godspeed for the tour and everything you have coming up. I can't wait to see. And I'll see you on Monday.
таг гаргасан баярлалаа. Ингээд ярилцлагачуд байлаа. Гайхалтай байлаа. Тэгээд та нарын аялын тоглолтын чи амьдрал хүсье. Тэгээ Санта Круз дотор нэг уулзаад гоё тоглолтыг ч үзнэ.
За баярлалаа. Тэгээд тантай бас ярилцахад бас сайхан байлаа. Тэгээд юм хүнийг бас яриулаад идэх сайхан хүн биш үү? Та бас гэрэлтсэн сайхан хүн байна. Тэгээд танд баярлалаа.
He said, thank you so much. And also like, thank you for like talking with me, like having this interview was really awesome. Cause like, he feels like you're a kind of person who just keeps someone talking. So it was just really interesting. And, thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much. I mean, that means a lot. So, you guys have a good one. Safe travels, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.